Hello everybody, it is 7:30, May 1st, I made it. It took me 4 hitches to get rides. I got 4 rides between Hot Springs and, Roan Mountain. I made it around just about 20 minutes ago or so. As you can see, I've got my tent set up, so I had enough time to get my tent set up and fill my sea knock with water, but I have not yet filtered that water, so this is pretty soon after I got here. First ride took me out of Hot Springs just a short way, dropped me off on a road crossing. Then the second ride, the guy picked me up there, and he ended up taking me all the way to Burning Townsville, or I'm not sure what the name of the town is. I'll put it in the. He wanted to take me further, but then realized it was getting late and had a couple errands to do, so he actually did a couple errands with me in the car, and then dropped me off there and headed home. He lived in Hot Springs, so he took me more than 50 miles. When he dropped me off, I only had like 23 more miles to go, which is still more than I want to walk. And I stood on this road crossing. I stood at this road for a while, like maybe half an hour, and then somebody passed me, saw me, turned around, came back and picked me up and took me to the road. He dropped me off maybe 10 miles from here, and then I got out of his car, walked towards the corner, and had a 2016 thru hiker pick me up. And he dropped me off right at the trailhead, so that was fantastic. As I stood on the trailhead looking up at Roan Mountain, I realized that I did hike Roan Mountain. I hiked Roan Mountain in 2022. I thought I'd missed it for some reason, but looking up, I recognized it. I hiked down and camped where I'm camping now in 2022, but I got here after full dark, so I couldn't find the water source. That was a rough night. Sleeping, I was sleeping close enough to hear the water running, but my headlamp died and I couldn't find it in the dark. So I got down here and I set up my tent and I went to sleep and had to listen to running water all night while dehydrating. So that was pretty rough. But then the next morning I got up early. So this is a view from the top of Roan Mountain. No, sorry, this is not Roan Mountain. This is Round Bald. Roan Mountain is that big one over there. I did not climb that this yet. I'll climb that in this fall from this side. But I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna use the bridge because it's here to protect the ground. It's clear most people don't use it because this path is 12 feet wide, but it's here to protect the ground, so I'm gonna use it. What's that? The next one's James Bald.
James Bald, that's right, James Bald. Oh, it's a Round Bald.
Yep. So, Mom, take a look at these. This is what I was talking about. We can make a bridge like this to get over to the island. It's just a few 2x4s with some wire mesh on it to keep so they're not slippery in the rain. And that would give you a nice easy footpath to cross over to your island. Alright, so if we look at this, Mount Mitchell is right there. This right there. Over there, that's Mount Mitchell somewhere. Look at all this. People scratch the heck out of this damaged thing. Why would people do that? That's so silly. The Appalachian Trail is the longest hiking-only footpath in the world, ranging from 2,194 miles from Maine to Georgia. In 1952, Stanley Murray spearheaded a Tennessee Eastman hiking and canoeing club effort to relocate the Appalachian Trail across the high country of Roan Mountain. It's massive, where you stand now. Realizing that the trail corridor had to be protected, Stan spearheaded land protection efforts, including the creation of the Southern Appalachian Highlands Conservancy. Thanks to those efforts, more than 20,000 acres have been protected across the Roan Highlands in both North Carolina and East Tennessee. Many of the peaks visible from this location are permanently preserved as a part of the Pisgah National Forest, North Carolina State Park, or Southern Appalachian Highlands Conservancy preserves. Partners continue land protection efforts across the Roan Highlands in both North Carolina and Tennessee. From this viewpoint, you can see Mount Mitchell, 6,684 feet, the highest point east of the Mississippi and one of the nation's first state parks. You can see Table Rock and Hawksbill in the Lindman Gorge Wilderness area of Pisgah National Forest. So that's these guys over here, Hawksbill Mountain and Table Rock. They are over there. Very pretty. So I've taken several opportunities today to chat up some of these day hikers, tell them about my YouTube channel, trying to get my spiel down so that I can chat up some gear companies at trail days. So pretty. The trail goes that way and goes up over these next two balls. I don't think it goes all the way up to the big one there. I think it skirts the edge. But I'm on top of Jane Ball now. There's a round ball where I was earlier. But you just don't get old, do they? Pretty windy up here. I've had my fat hat blow off at least once. It's a little annoying, but there's a lot of day hikers out, but that's cool. I've been able to talk about my channel with a bunch of people. Maybe I wasn't quite at the top. Look at that view. So that over there is Jane Bald. And I've got onto the last of 3 balls, or I don't know, I think I'm gonna be hiking over those balls up there too. Although I'm not sure. But today is a day for views. Good morning, everybody. It is May 3rd. I am hiking north. I am about 11 miles. Well, from where I camped last night, I was about 11 miles from 19E. I am probably not going to make 11 miles today. I was a little slow in getting started. I didn't get out of the shelter until 9:15, 9:20. Had to use the bathroom, which in Tennessee means I had to dig a hole. Not fun, but at least they give you a shovel. And what else did I have to do this morning? Oh, I was really stiff. I spent quite a few minutes stretching and trying to get the stiffness out of my muscles. Yellow Mountain Gap, 1780, September 25th, down yonder at Sycamore Shoals, they gathered 1,000 men from the militias of Virginia, North Carolina, and what is now Tennessee, joined forces to resist the British. This army of independent over-mountain men provided their own horses, rations, and guns. September 27th, they rode this mountain as the weather turned bitter. Through this gap, they trudged with snow shoe-mouth deep. Without benefit of a supply wagon, surgeon, or chaplain, the over-mountain men continued 170 miles to Kings Mountain. They defeated the British-led Loyalists in a bloody battle and won a significant battle of the Revolutionary War. So that's where we are now. Yellow Mountain Gap. This is the side trail that used to lead to... This is also the side trail that used to lead to the, Over Mountain Shelter. Which was an old barn 2/10 of a mile down, but it was demolished a couple years ago. So it's not there anymore. But this plaque is made out of tin or aluminum or something. Thin steel, maybe. So I'm about 2/10 of a mile from the top of Little Hump. Unfortunately, a storm is blowing in. The weather report says high likelihood of thunderstorms for the next several days. So that's not great. But we'll see what we can do. We're out here. So only one thing we can do is keep going. I mean, I can't stop for 4 days. In town I could, but I don't want to. On the trail, not so much. The little hump here. It's pretty windy. I'm looking here. It's pretty over here. There's a few clouds, but mostly so sunny. And over here, not so much. And there's the bowl that I had to go over yesterday. Good morning. It is May the 4th. It's 7:30 in the morning, so I'm up early. I wanted to be up an hour ago, and I was awake. I just couldn't get myself up. The weather for this next week looks pretty atrocious. I'm gonna get rained on basically every day until I can get out of range of the storm. So sitting around waiting for the rain to pass isn't gonna work this time. So I'm hiking. I gotta get up one over Big Hump Mountain, or Hump Mountain, whatever it's called. There's supposed to be thunderstorms later around 11, so hopefully I can get up and over the Bald Mountain. It's only 1.5 miles to the top from where I camped last night. So, I should have no problem getting up and over there before the thunderstorms start this later. And then it's 7 miles down to the road 19E, where that's my goal for today. I'll either camp next to the road or I'll go to the hostel, probably camp next to the road. I'm trying to save money for trail days. Talk to you later. There's Big Hump, or Hump Mountain. Isn't that pretty with all the fog floating in front of it? Anyway, it's about 1.5 miles to the top, and I gotta get pushing. I don't want to get caught up there by a thunderstorm. Well, there's Big Hump Mountain. I saw it disappearing behind the fog, so I absolutely know that that is the mountain that I will be climbing soon. Hopefully, this fog bank disappears before I get up there, because yeah. So I can see the Big Hump, the Hump Mountain again. It's still very foggy, but I've come through enough of the fog. This is maybe a minute after I saw the deer. Hopefully you get to see the video of the deer. Hopefully there's something to see. But there's the mountain. Hopefully by the time I'm up there, there'll be something of a view. If there's not, I'll probably just push on and won't even pull out my camera again. So yeah, my goal for today is to make it to 19E. That's 7 miles from where I camped. Probably could have pushed a little further yesterday. I stopped around 2:30. Well, somebody brought a horse up onto the Appalachian Trail, which is strictly forbidden. Although we're in a bunch of bolts, so I suppose they could have come up from someplace else and just wound up on the Appalachian Trail. But when there's not much to see looking forward, you stare at the ground a lot more. I basically spend most of my days staring at the ground, except for when I stop to look around. Well, I'm 3/10 of a mile from the top, stopping for a little break. I can't see much. It's all foggy. Well, I'm basically at the top of a little hump. It says nearby on far out, which means less than 100 yards probably. As you can see, there's not much to see. So I'm not stopping. I'm just gonna push up and over this last little hump and go down the other side. I'm about 2 miles from a water source and I'm getting low. So, anyway, not much to see up here. Oh, I lied. There's the top of Hump Mountain. 87 feet. The wind is blowing something fierce. And I'm not entirely certain where the trail goes from here. Kind of wish I'd been able to come up here and camp up here last night. But, I stopped early because of the rain and then fell asleep, so. I think this is the trail, but I have no, we'll have to see. Hopefully I find a white place pretty quick, but this is the most heavily set walked section of the trail going down, so hopefully this is it. Houston Ridge, in memory of Stanley A. Murray, 1923 to 1990. Houston Ridge has been dedicated to the U.S. Forestry Service and the Southern Appalachian Highlands Conservancy in memory of, yeah, I'm gonna just take a photo, sorry guys. You know, my first salamander of the year. I used to love catching these guys when I was a kid, but my first one of the year. Anyway, I gotta keep going. I'm almost to the water source. So one minute you think you're out in the middle of nowhere, and the next minute you look down and you see houses. And a Christmas tree farm, apparently. Some houses there. Another house over there. I just checked my mileage a minute ago. I've got 3.4 miles to get to the road, and it's just a little bit after noon. 12:09 is what time it is. I'm doing pretty good miles today so far. It's so far, well, I mean, I've got some clear, you can see some blue sky up there. I don't know. Originally it said 11. I looked like a few minutes ago, it says 1. As long as it doesn't start raining, the longer it holds off raining, the better it is for me. But I'm gonna try to get to the road before it starts raining. Unless it starts raining at 1, like it says. So, you know, I'll do the best I can, and if I get wet, I get wet, because that's my life now. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. So, for a long while, the Appalachian Trail runs back and forth between Tennessee and North Carolina, but, well, at this point, the AT leaves North Carolina. So, I will see you again in the fall in North Carolina, but for now, I'm off to Tennessee. Oh, it doesn't say entering North Carolina. That's sad. Oh well. That's a water source. The trail goes this way, but there's a lot of campsites here. I'm not stopping. I'm going to try to make it to the road. I'm low on food. I say that like it's something new. I'm always low on food. I've been eating a I've been eating a lot of food out here. So much food. I've lost 41 or more pounds now. It's been, I don't know, a week, 4 days since I weighed myself. And I've hiked 15 miles since then. Or it'll be 16 miles once I get to the road. So I'm 13 miles. I mean, I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but it sure seems like a lot to me. Anyway, I have lost tons of weight, and I am perpetually hungry. Ooh, this is cool. Oh, let's see. It says Rodall Flats. Carver's Gap, 10.4 miles. That's not right. I guess maybe that is right. But anyway, this is what's cool. So I've only gone 10.4 miles. This is a little bit of cave here. Or, I mean, I know it's just a rock shelf, but that's kind of cool. Anywho's, trail goes this way. 3 more miles downhill to the road. And then I can get some food, some real food tonight, because I'm starving. So I just came across this huge rock wall. The trail comes down and runs underneath it for a section. But it's huge. It must be, I don't even know how high it is. 50 feet? So there's a flowering tree down here. I can't get close to it. It's way down the hill. And the blossoms are way up in the trees. But it's pretty. First I thought it was a whole bunch of white birds in the trees. It's starting to rain and I'm hearing thunder, so I need to keep hiking. But I'd be interested to know what those are. Check out these mushrooms on this tree. I don't know what kind they are. I'll have to take a picture and post it on this mushroom group that I'm in, and Facebook. Ooh. I don't know, those are weird looking. I wonder what kind of plant this is right here. Once somebody told me something similar to this was edible, not the plant itself, but the root. The root was edible. But I don't know what it is. I thought it was Solomon's seal, but I looked that up and it's not, so I don't know what it is. These huge black snakes just scared the shit out of me. It's not poisonous. I'm not worried about that. It just, man, I came around a corner here and it started moving on me as soon as I stepped out around the corner. But man, you scared the hell out of me, dude. What the heck? Right. Gonna try to get past him without bothering him too much. I'm pretty sure he's not poisonous. He doesn't have a rattle, so he's not a rattler. Oh man, that scared the shit out of me. He's gonna be 5 feet long. Do have a nice day, sir. Hey guys, it's 2:36. I am 1 mile from the road. Means I've done 6 miles. Oh man, my feet are killing me. The only thing pushing me on is the fact that I know my food bag is basically empty, and there'll be town food when I get there. Yeah, I'm pretty hungry. So I don't want this channel to turn into I am really freaking hungry all the freaking time, but I really am. I mean, I'm taking in 600, maybe 800 calories today, and I've burned probably 5,000. So yeah, it's estimated that a day of walking on the Appalachian Trail burns about 5,000 calories. So if you can't take in more than you're burning, you will lose massive amounts of weight out here until the point where you really have nothing left to lose. But yeah, so yeah, I'm starving. I've got a mile to go until the road, and then I'm not sure how far it is from the road down the road to the hostel I'm going to, but I'll figure that out when I get there. I made it to Mountain Harbor. No surprise, they were booked up, so I ended up in my tent, but I prefer my tent, so that's fine. It started raining about a mile before I hit the road, and I got absolutely and completely soaked. Probably should have stopped and put my poncho on, but I was just put my head down and focused on getting to the road. So yeah, I'm switching into my dry clothes now, and then I'm gonna go back and get some food. So I got the Reuben with Parmesan fries at Mountain Harbor. I'm just gonna devour it after I share it with you for a second. But that is some thick pastrami. Good morning, everybody. It's January 5th. Here, camped beside the Mountain Harbor Hostel. It rained pretty good. It was raining pretty good when I came in yesterday. This path was basically a river, but it stopped and it didn't rain at all last night, and it's pretty clear today. So we might have a good day. My feet are killing me. The clothes I hiked in with yesterday, completely sodden, still soaking wet. I used the word sodden. So I'm gonna have to run them through a wash dryer cycle probably, just to put them on. Good morning. It's May 6th. I am packed up and ready to go just about. I'm gonna add this little clip here onto the video I edited last night and upload it. Then I'm gonna have to hitch into the nearby town and get a resupply on and come back to the trail. I'm not sure if I'm gonna hike today or not. The weather depends on the weather. If it looks like it's gonna be thunder showers all day, which is what it was predicting yesterday, then I'll probably just set up my tent and camp by the river. But I can't afford to be paying. I spent more money here than I really wanted to. I think I spent $100 in a day. The food was amazing, absolutely stunning. I had that Reuben that I showed you in my video. I had that 3 times. Plus I had a cheeseburger once. and I had the breakfast spread that they put on in the mornings. A lot of people recorded the breakfast spread yesterday. I should have, I didn't think of it until halfway through, so I didn't worry about it. But it was definitely worth whatever I paid for it. I can't afford to keep doing that because I was hoping to save some money for trail days, but it doesn't look like that's gonna happen. Hopefully I get some sponsorship or something. Let me keep hiking because I've been spending a lot more money than I expected to on food. And I'm worried I'm going to run out and not be able to finish my hike because I'm out of money. So anyway, I'm going to finish up editing this in, upload my video, and then I'll be taking off. I'll talk to you guys later.